Hanuman observes Sugriva and his three friends are suddenly shivering and crying. Hanuman was quite surprised and he asked Sugriva, "My dear friend, why are you crying? Why are you shivering like a dry leaf on a tree? You people are so well built, intelligent, but why are you shivering like this, like small children?" Then suddenly there is a gush of wind and whack, something passes by like a lightning. Before Hanuman could think what's happening, Sugriva is on the floor, holding his head and withering in pain, and his three friends try to lift him up. Hanuman asks, "What happened? What happened? How did you fall down? And what's happening to your head?" Sugriva, hanging his head in shame, tells Hanuman, "My dear Hanuman, my father would have told you about Vali, that there is a curse that he cannot step his feet on Rishimukh Parvat, and he has snatched my kingdom and my wife. But he has not told another part of the story. Vali, although he cannot step here, he has found a different means to always insult me and hurt me. Every day he performs Sandhya Vandana at 4 different oceans, northern, eastern, western and southern. So 3 times, morning, afternoon, night, he performs Sandhya Vandana in 4 oceans. But every time he goes there, he makes it a plan to pass by Rishimukh Parvat, kick my head and fly away. Although he doesn't step here on this land, but he steps directly on my head and then passes by. So every day I have to bear this pain, being kicked 12 times in a day. So, yes, he's again coming. I know the timings, he's again coming now. And suddenly there is again a gush of wind, whack, and then something disappears. Sugriva is again on the floor, withering in pain. Hanuman realizes this is some serious situation and it has to be controlled. So again, now Sugriva tells, he's again coming now. And Sugriva just closes his eyes and says, "This is my fate. Wherever I can't hide anywhere else. If I hide inside a cave also, he'll come and kick me and go." He just closes his eyes to accept his fate. And suddenly Hanuman sees there is Vali coming at great speed, complete energy focused on his leg, trying to kick Sugriva. But as soon as his leg reaches Sugriva's head, Hanuman holds his leg very tightly. And suddenly Vali comes to a standstill. Vali is surprised. What is happening? Who has caught my leg? And he is trying to free himself. Sugriva slowly opens his eyes. Says, "What's happening? Nothing hit my head now." And he sees Hanuman is holding Vali's leg very strongly. And Vali is in the air trying to free himself. Vali was surprised. He is looking, who is this? Trying to hold my leg. And suddenly he observes the ears of Hanuman. And he sees those rings made of Panchaloha. He had tried to poison Hanuman's mother and Hanuman. And it is the same person. Then Vali realizes that all the boon he has, that who is the opponent, half of his energy will be transferred to him. When that is not working, still Hanuman is very powerful. Hanuman is slowly now trying to drag Vali's feet to touch the earth. And Vali is struggling. And Sugriva and all his friends now are clapping their hands and praising Hanuman. "Hanuman, do it. Let this person's head crack. He has troubled us so much." But then Vali is trying to free himself in the air. He's saying, "Oh Hanuman, please forgive me. I'll never again come to this place. Please leave me. Hearing his pleas, Hanuman releases his leg and Vali flies away. Hanuman realizes that this could be a temporary situation, but something permanent has to happen. So the author concludes this story by telling that when you kick others at their weak point, and the time is planning to kick you at your strong point. Vali is back. A monkey soldier runs and informs Hanuman. Sugriva and his other 3 friends, they also come running. They all discuss and they go to the tip of Rishimukh Parvat and observe very secretly at the bottom of the mountain. They observe 2 strong people with broad shoulders and having bow in their hand, walking together towards the mountain. Sugriva immediately keeps his hand on his head and sits down and starts crying. Oh my God, with such powerful enemies, how shall I live? Vali will not leave me. He is determined to kill me. I should give up this desire that I will one day live happily. Sugriva, okay, calm down. So let us inquire who they are. So Sugriva calls Hanuman. Hanuman, my dear friend, you can solve this puzzle. Please go and inquire who they are. Vali's friends or somebody else. If they are somebody else, if they become our friends, then it will be really helpful for us. Immediately Hanuman changes his form into a beggar, ascetic beggar, and he goes in front of those 2 people. As soon as Hanuman goes in front of them, Hanuman's bones begins to melt. Hanuman feels some strange things happen inside his body and he cannot understand what's happening. However, he speaks very nicely. He says, "Oh powerful people, you look like great kings, rulers of big countries, such broad shoulders, and your face is brimming with confidence. And there's so much effulgence from your body. Please introduce yourself. You look like very extraordinary people. There is also a lot of sweetness in you. Sweetness and power both mixed together. Can I have the privilege to have your introduction? Although you are so powerful people, you are wearing the dress of ascetics. What is your mission?" One of the comes forward and speaks. "You are dressed with torn clothes, but I see that you are wearing a diamond garland. How can a beggar wear a diamond garland?" As soon as Hanuman hears these words, his hairs stand on his body. He becomes so happy. He recalls the boon given by Lord Brahma. "I present you this diamond necklace. Nobody in this material world can see this. Whoever is able to see this on your neck will be your Lord, and serving him will be the goal of your life, and you'll be happy forever." Hanuman is very happy that he has found his Lord, and so he changes to his normal form and introduces, "I am Minister of Sugriva." As soon as he utters these words, Hanuman feels that I have done some mistake, grave mistake, I have to rectify it. But then he observes the person who spoke takes a step back, and another person, he comes forward and speaks. "This is Sri Rama, the king of Ayodhya, and I am his servant and brother Lakshman. So we are on exile. 13 years we passed in Dandakaranya, and a Rakshasa called Ravana has kidnapped his wife Sita. So we are here, sir, and get back Sita." So Hanuman is now repenting that he gave a wrong introduction about himself. "I'll go and inform this to Sugriva," and then he flies away. Meanwhile, Ram calls Lakshman and says, "Did you observe something, Lakshman? The person who spoke, his words were very soothing. It was in a perfect tune. No ordinary person can speak like this. Only those who are self-controlled and who have read the Shastras, the Vedas, experts in that, only can speak such words. Appropriate and very great words have been spoken by this person. By studying Rig Veda, one remains humble and has knowledge. By reading Yajurveda, he has a good memory. By becoming expert in Samaveda, he becomes expert in music. So whatever he spoke was a combination of all these things. And my heart also felt very happy by listening to those words. If such a person becomes my associate, I am sure that I can find Sita and win over a Rakshasa. As they were discussing, then Ram also mentions that whatever words he spoke, they were in line. There are certain words that has to come from the stomach, some words from the throat, and some from the mouth. So all those words were spoken perfectly by this person. Meanwhile, Hanuman returns and says, "Come, let us go and meet Sugriva." So both of them sit on Hanuman's shoulders, Rama and Lakshman, and they fly to the peak of Rishimukh Parvat. Meanwhile, Hanuman is thinking that he has given a wrong introduction, how to rectify it. He spoke insensitively, but he has to very sensitively reform that. So the author ends this chapter by mentioning that whatever a person speaks, that indicates the position of his heart. If a person is speaking the right words with a good intention, good vision, then it's an aromatic heart. If somebody is speaking harsh, negative, criticizing others, then it is a filthy heart. If somebody is speaking irresponsibly, with madness, then it is a distressed heart. On top of Rishimukh Parvat, Sugriva was standing holding his hands on his waist, and as Ramachandra and Lakshmana arrives there, he welcomes both of them by shaking their hands. Ramachandra also accepts by giving his hand. However, Hanuman is thinking, this Sugriva is so insensitive, he doesn't understand. Sri Rama is not a mere friend, he is a Lord, he is a worshipable Lord. They are supposed to wash his feet. However, Sugriva, because of his insensitivity, he just carries forward. And then he takes both Ram and Lakshmana around Rishimukh Parvat. And they come to the center of the mountain. Then he breaks a branch of a sal tree and gives it to Ramachandra to sit. Then he himself breaks one more branch and he sits opposite to Rama. However, he neglects giving a seat for Lakshmana. Sri Rama was very much displeased with this act. Hanuman, who was observing all this, thought, oh my God, Sugriva is so insensitive. Somehow this mistake has to be corrected. So immediately he breaks one more branch from a sandalwood tree and gives it to Lakshman and says, place it on this. And Hanuman himself sits on the floor, thinking that I am not qualified to sit equal to Lakshman nor Lord Sri Ram. It places just at their feet. Sri Rama observes this and is very much pleased by Hanuman. However, Sri Rama is thinking Sugriva has to be taught a lesson to be more humble and be sensitive. Then they discuss on how to defeat Vali, and then so Sugriva and Vali are asked to fight. However, Sri Rama doesn't help in the first time, and Vali beats Sugriva severely. Sugriva flees from that battle and comes to Rama and begs, oh my God, I can't, not possible. Why did you do this? Sri Rama says, I'm sorry, I couldn't identify who is Sugriva and who is Vali. Both of you are twins, both of you look similar. But actually, Sri Rama purposely did this so that he understands that he insulted Lakshmana. So then Hanuman understands this and he brings a garland and gives to Lakshman and requests, please place it on Sugriva, so that Ram can identify the one who is having garland is Sugriva and without garland is Vali. And Ram accepts that since Lakshmana gave the garland, places the garland on Sugriva, Lakshmana has blessed him. So because of this, and Rama decides to help Sugriva. So Vali is killed and Sugriva is made the king of Kishkinda. As Sugriva becomes the king of Kishkinda, he forgets his promise that he had given to Lord Ram. So then the author concludes that with humility and power, a mix of these things will give harmony and success.